There we go. We're live.
Okay. Now we're on.
Good morning.
Sorry about that, guys.
Colonel Murphy.
Colonel Murphy was here this morning for sure.
That wasn't
And
on
I'm going to put it.
Al, it was Claude's fault. It wasn't my fault this time.
Okay. I'm able to type and chat now too. I don't know what that was. It had me signed out even though I was in here, so I don't know. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our celebration of our second anniversary. It's actually past our second anniversary, but we're going to have a contest today. And the contest is to guess how many rivets are in the tender that Steve has right there.
I think
I
mentioned it, I think, in one of my updates. But,
so don't be guessing yet, guys. We're gonna do that toward the end of the show. You put your guesses in, and we'll go from there. So if you've got a really good monitor, maybe you can count one side and kind of figure it out from there.
Ooh, I better block it.
That or Steve might show you an up close shot of it here for long.
Yeah.
So you can kind of get some kind of idea.
I thought there were more than they ended up, but there were plenty. Trust me.
Yeah. Well, here I'll give you the solo layout here.
The solo.
You can see there are quite a few on there.
Oh yeah, quite a few. They're not perfect, but I'm not a rivet counter. Good grief.
All right. So anyway,
let's say good morning.
Good morning. Who all's in here this morning?
We got Lehigh River Subdivision. We got Dennis at the Otter Creek Rio Grande. I was watching your update on your staging yard. I love your little wood jigs you made for spacing your tracks. That's pretty cool. Almar, we got Chuck, CDP, the Schuylkill River Valley John, Rob Tman, Roy Eltham. Who else we got? I know there's more than that. Model Railroad Adventures with Bill. We got you. Change your name, Sheep Boy. Did I get everybody? I don't
know.
I think I said L. Anyway,
Chuck's here.
Good morning,
Chuck.
What's everybody doing this morning? Oh, we got Bernard in here. Good morning, Bart. Steve Anderson.
Oh, Bernard's here, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's everybody.
Is that everybody?
I think that's everybody. I got that too. He doesn't want to be out here. He's hiding by the door. He's been sitting by the door.
Does he like the snow though?
Yeah, he did like the snow. he was a little unsure about it, but not much phases him. He's a little butthead. He's like, oh, that's cool. He likes to eat it.
Kind of like Daddy, isn't he?
Yeah, like father, like son.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah. Mine are kind of like that on me.
Oh, we got
I just want to punch them every now and then.
Dwight Curley popped in. You're not late this morning, Dwight. You made it on time. Good morning.
Yep. Good morning. And I'll repeat what we're going to do for the contest throughout the show. We don't have a subject today. Kind of wide open.
We never did. Anybody want to?
Yeah, this close to Christmas. I had a guest lined up, and we'll have him on after the first of the year. But and I'm working on some others too. So we'll see about getting some more in here.
He was worried he was going to do okay. I told him there's no doing bad on this show.
No,
there's no pressure.
No pressure at all. Anyway,
I was telling
Steve. He's going to be the guest, but he won't be on until after the first of the year.
Right. Yeah. He was like
I had him lined up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had him lined up to be on last week, and he had to go out of town, and then he had relatives, so he asked if he could come on after the first year, and I said, sure, not a problem. So that's the way we're going to do that. That's why he wasn't on last week or on this week. So Apologies if that wasn't clear enough, but anyway, he will be on the show at the first of the year. And like I said, I've got some others coming on. In fact, Steve, I need to get you on the show.
Yeah.
Steve Anderson, you need to get on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, send me. Do what?
Pay no attention to the mess behind me. Just ignore that.
No.
Pretend you don't see that.
Yeah. Anyway, so what has everybody asked Santa for Christmas this year?
That you're not going to get.
Yeah. In my case, I never know what my wife's going to get me anymore. She used to complain about buying me gifts and that, and anymore she comes up with some pretty good ones.
I got cookies for Christmas. I was telling Claude, well, I've got some. People have been giving us cookies. I'm gonna have cookies till Easter. I'm gonna gain all the weight back that I lost. That sucks.
Grow you a big white beard. We just call you Santa.
Yeah, it's not white.
Oh, Dennis. Yeah, I've been asking for 2-3 years for one of those.
Yeah, Rob, it's organic butter. Yeah. Oh, you should have seen it. Straighten it up. I'm real good about working out here and setting stuff down or moving it or dropping it on the floor. I couldn't even move the chair out here. Couldn't find anything. But yeah, it's coming along. We're getting there. I'm learning how to be a plumber. I'm a journeyman plumber now.
He's waiting for me to get out there to help him clean the shop, I think.
No, I've been fighting with the plumbing for the firing valves, and I did 5/16, which was too big to clear the trucks, and I wasted a day doing that, and then I swapped it down to 1/4 inch to fit. Worked great, and I was really happy. All done. That was another day getting that done. Put an update on a couple of the live Steam Facebook pages, and they're going up. Don't use compression fittings for gas. I had to strip it all out, all the valves, everything out of the bottom, and now I get to replumb it again this weekend with flare fittings. So that
live and learn.
Live and learn. That's why I need you out here, Claude. I need a plumber.
Well, see, I wouldn't have known that though, because like I told you before, when we couldn't use copper on gas. They had already quit using that. So, but the fittings that we did use, the hoses that we did use that were flexible, were all flare. They weren't, but everything was stationary too.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling Claude, that it's fine. The flare fittings would work fine if it's not going to move. But the guy said that after a while with the movement, the fittings start to crack. And they're speaking from experience that don't use the flare if something's moving all the time. And these are definitely moving. So I get live and learn.
Steve Anderson wants to know, why does it look like you need a rocking chair and a porch?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I've got one.
You're officially old.
You got that right. I need to avoid that right.
Yeah. I feel like that a lot of times. Just give me a rocking chair on the porch or the back patio or something.
Well, I don't know what you're going to do when you can't get upstairs to your layout. That's going to really suck.
Well, like I say, it's not hard getting up there. It's when I've been up there for 2 or 3 hours standing and working, and then I go to come down and my knees don't like it very well.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Claude was showing me some of the stuff that he's been doing. Oh, man. This guy is a master modeler, guys.
No.
He's too modest.
No.
He is too modest.
Now, it's good enough for me, but that's about it.
Hey, we got Roy Container Man. Hello. Good morning.
Hey, Roy. Dennis says he also wouldn't mind a division point K-37 with these. Yeah. To the wife a few years ago for only $10,000. Yeah, exactly. I'd love to see one of those engines in person. They've got to be really good.
You need an elevator. Good morning, Dwayne. Dwayne's Fork and Spoon popped in. Good morning. Yeah, I told him he needs one of those little chairs that goes up, but he said no. I'd have
No,
one.
wife's already nixed that idea.
I think that would that'd be great.
She could care less if I could get up there again.
Yeah, he sends me a picture a couple days ago. He said, yeah, temperature outside 48, hot tub 106 or whatever it was. Man.
Yeah, it was nice.
You're killing me with that hot tub.
Yeah, see, the only bad thing is like when it's supposed to get cold tonight and this weekend. So I've got the tarp over the top of the plumbing out there. And that goes through a freeze. It's got a freeze prevention cycle on it, but all it does is kick the pump on, the extra pumps on every now and then to keep the water flowing through. But having been a plumber and know what frozen PVC pipes look like,
yeah,
I thought I'd throw a tarp over it to help keep it, because it's amazing. Just throwing a tarp over, it's kind of like covering your plants.
Oh, sure.
You know, when you get a early freeze or something, it'll keep them from freezing, and it helps quite a bit. So I've done that, and because I've got the tarp over it, I can't turn the spa heater on. Well, I could, but it'd burn the tarp up. So if we want to use it, we got to go out and pull the tarp back off the heater part of it so they can use it. But I doubt I'll be using it at sub-zero weather.
Go ahead, Container. At least get out of bed. Do you watch the show in bed, Roy? Are you like in bed watching the show? Man.
Oh, that might be too much information.
Yeah.
Yeah, way too much information.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get that picture out of my mind.
Yeah, Dennis, I've got mine on order too for 2 years now, 2+ years. So yeah, that would be a primo present, but they're not even made yet. So I don't know if Santa can bring those.
Yeah, Steve. Hey, Steve. Yeah, you can have your cats on the show. Yeah, we got a dog on the show, so you can have cats.
Yeah, you can have cats. We can do cat jokes.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not going there.
Oh, Bernard. So the wind chill's now -4 degrees.
Crazy. Come here, Gus. Say hi to everybody. He doesn't want to be out here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Say good morning. Come here. Come here, you dumb. Come here. Come here. Come here. He's like, no. Come here.
Maybe in 2022, according to Blackstone. Well, of course, now they'll get it after I've retired, see, and don't have any income. That's when they'll want to ship those suckers to us. I'm not holding my breath, Dennis, on those. I don't know if they're ever going to get it fixed. So, and even if they do, shipping it over here, it'll sit off the coast for how long before they get to us? But yeah, so what's everybody else want for Christmas? I know you guys want something.
I want Christmas to be over.
Steve wants Christmas to be over. It's not even got here yet, man.
I'm a Scrooge.
Are you?
I'm Scrooge. Yeah.
You must never get what you ask for.
No, it's all the Christmas stuff. I gotta go up in the attic, get 100 boxes, bring it down, get the tree, bring it in, get it ready, put the lights on, put the ornaments up. People say, oh, that's pretty. Then take it all down, do it in reverse. And it's like, I hate Christmas.
See, that's why I let my wife do that one. Okay, Steve says he got most of his wish lists already during the sales. Found a Bachmann 44-ton engine. Last thing I was really looking for. Oh, you should have said something, Steve. I've got one. I'd have sold it to you cheap. I've got one that I'm probably not going to use. Mine's Denver and Rio Grande colors, though, so it may not work for you.
100. Roy says
Sheep boy.
that set your hot tub to 110 and grab a beer. That would boil you. God.
No, it's set at 104 now, so another 5 degrees, it'd just be that much warmer. But my take shower is probably hotter than 110.
Jeez.
Sheep Boy says he's hoping to get a Proto 2080. Ooh, nice switcher. What road name, Sheep Boy? Al says he wants his layout built. He wants somebody else to build it, huh? See, to me, that's part of the fun, though, is building it.
Steve says his cat's a tree, but they just drink the water. I had a cat that got scared once and ran up the top of the tree.
That's why I don't have cats.
Jeez.
Bernard says he wants his old store shop cleaned up so he can start his layout. Well, there you go. Get you a shovel and start shoveling, man. Dennis says Dennis doesn't want much, does he? He wants all these engines. He wants several C19s.
I want my engine done. That's what I want for Christmas.
I thought you had some C19s, Dennis. Were those all K27s? Because he did a video on his channel on his roster. It was pretty impressive.
Roy
Boy says New York Central.
I want to know why.
Oh, yeah, I can picture that, Sheep Boy.
Why does Roy sleep in the basement?
Because it's there.
It says I'm in bed. I sleep in the basement, so of course I'm in bed, and it's cold down here. Who sleeps in the basement? I would if I was in trouble.
Yeah, Dennis says he's warned the cat that if I come to visit the layout, hide. No, he wouldn't bother me because it's not my layout. So if he tears it up, that's your problem, not mine. I don't mind a cat that's a good mouser. We had the best cat we ever had was the first one we got, and we got him for the mice. And he came in to eat, and that was it. Eat and hunt the mice, and then once he did that, he was outside. So he was a good cat.
That's true, Steve. He says if you invited Roy over, wouldn't you put him in the basement? If I had one.
We could dig him a basement.
I have a septic tank. That's kind of a basement.
Oh, see, he says he also has a 30-foot long living and train room. There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Let's see.
Bernard, filled 252 semis just built Temp 18 by 20 for wood and welder tools. Good Lord, Bernard. You've been hoarding stuff or something? How come you got that much stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I got a lot of junk, but I don't have anywhere near that.
I thought I was bad. No cookies for you. Brownies.
Lehigh and Roy are discussing the basement. So anyway, guys, for those that didn't hear before, the contest today is to guess how many rivets are on Steve's tender. How many he had to use for that? And whoever gets closest, and it doesn't matter if you go over or not, but whoever gets closest will get your choice of, what do you say, Steve? A couple of things from the Teespring store?
Sure, we haven't given away anything in a while, so yeah.
We'll give you two items, your choice from the Teespring store, and that link is in the description, so you can kind of go peruse that if you want.
A hint: it's between 1 and 1,000.
There you go. It's between 1 and 1,000. Don't guess yet, guys, because we're going to do that toward the end of the show.
Yeah.
And then whoever gets closest.
I should give my rivet hammer away as the prize. Probably never use it again.
Yeah. That'd be a pretty good prize if you needed a rivet gun.
Oh, it's a nice one. I got it from Aircraft Tool, man. It was almost $300. It's a nice one. Oh gosh, are you gonna go sleep?
So anyway, I keep getting notifications on my phone.
Let me look at chat. Don't
Steve says you can have a cat as an alarm clock, Roy. The scratching is what gets you motivated. The snooze sucks. Yeah, because once you hit the snooze, he's probably going to be out of there.
Yeah, Roy, I said the same thing. I'm not a rivet counter, but I know I felt every one of them. God, riveting is a pain in the butt, especially on this thing. Whew.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But it's coming.
Steve says, "Don't give your rivet gun away. You'll need it again."
Yeah, I'm not giving it away. Actually, there's other things I could use it for. It's actually it's a nice gun. Really.
Dwight, between 0 and 1,000. If that's what you're asking.
Yeah. I could give away my extra rivets.
With no gun to do anything with them. Bernard says, yeah, aircraft spruce is as bad as any tool truck.
Yeah.
Steve says he knows guys that put in 1,000 rivets a day.
Yeah, but they got help. Yeah. You want my dog? You can have him. Actually, he's not mine. He's my wife's dog. So he's mine on Saturday morning so I can keep the house quiet. He's a pain in the butt. Nobody likes him. The cat wants to scratch his face out. The little Lacey, the little rescue, she's all of 7 pounds. She hates him. Blue, the pit bull, tolerates him because he can't keep up with Gus.
Yeah, we've got just the 2 dogs now, and they're about 7 years old, I guess. Working on their 8th year, so they've kind of calmed down quite a bit from what they used to be.
I don't think Gus will ever calm down.
Oh, he will eventually, but it'll take a while.
Ooh. Not soon enough. At least you're warm. It's cold out here this morning. I didn't build a fire.
Dennis is making some progress. He's itching to get started on his layout this weekend. Finish the rest of the track by end of the day and then on to wiring.
Yeah, I was watching you.
Yeah.
That yard looks. I really like the way you made those track spacers with your radial arm saw. That was ingenious.
Well, and I wish I had his patience for making sure everything's just right. I have a real bad rep of going in and putting it in too fast and having to go back and fix it.
Oh yeah,
but I'm not.
Yeah, Roy. Yeah, he said if Gus would have stayed a little puppy like when he met him, that's a perfect little girl grabbing puppy. Yeah, he definitely attracted that. Yeah, he's a chick magnet, I guess. That would get me in trouble. That would get me in big trouble.
Yeah, Steve wants to know how much he weighs.
Too much. We could do a second contest of how much Gus weighs.
Yeah.
No, he's about 35 pounds now. and most of it's in his head.
Well, hey, Steve, Dennis says he got the idea for those track spacers from some cheap plastic N-scale tools he has.
Yeah. Yeah, those are really cool. Great idea.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the ones where they fit on the rail?
Yeah.
You slide down the rail? Yeah. Yeah, I've seen those done before. That is a really good way of doing it. I didn't do that because I was hand laying track. I wasn't putting flex track in. Plus, I didn't want it all straight. You go to the narrow gauge trains are in Colorado, and you look down the line, and it ain't straight.
No.
They're uneven, and they're not straight. They wobble. Yep. Now the yards are a little bit better, but they're not perfectly straight either. But they're closer than the main line. The main lines are just not. They don't look like you should be running a train over them. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. That little tack hammer with the rubber band too. That's pretty cool for driving.
Yeah, I saw that. That is kind of neat because it keeps you from popping stuff or hitting anything else.
Yeah, that would
nailing. I wish those would work on track spikes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Up against a rail, that would have been real nice. But I don't think there's any way in the world you could do it with a regular spike, rail spike.
Right.
But anyway, on my top level, I'm not going to hand lay up there. I'll hand build the turnouts. I'll build all the turnouts, but on my top level is going to be flex track. I don't know if I told you this before, but I got 35 sections, 3-foot sections of micro engineering code 70 narrow gauge rail for like $70. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it didn't go for more than that on eBay. And I thought, well, shoot, I'll buy that even if I don't use it. And turn around and sell it for more than that.
Guess it's hard to eat cookies one-handed.
So what do you want for Christmas, Steve? You want to be done with that engine?
I want this done.
Well, you're getting there. You're making really good progress.
Oh, man, I've been busting my butt. Every spare minute has been spent on this thing. I mean, seriously. And a lot of it's been very frustrating, but it's been a learning curve. But I'm learning that the plumbing's bad enough. I'm not looking forward to the plumbing on the engine. I've got too many different size valves and hoses and connections. It's going to be a nightmare. I'll get it done. But yeah, I want it done for Christmas. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, my Christmas wish list is vacillating between a new back and a new knee. I need both. Steve says here, I want to know how I can make the rails wavy and crooked at the same time. Where the train can only go 10 miles an hour.
Roy said
hand spike it.
Roy said the chick magnet's for him, not me.
Ah, there you go.
That makes sense. Yeah. I think when I met you, I had them in a bag. I had an over-the-shoulder bag I was carrying.
Well, Steve A., if you want your rails to look like that on your layout, hand lay them. I guarantee you that unless you use a tool to make them straight, which I didn't. I laid mine down on, I laid the ties down, and then I started spiking the rail. And I didn't use anything to keep it straight except a track gauge. So wherever the track ended up going on the ties, and there's a lot of places where they're closer to one side of the row of ties than the other side. But that's kind of the look I was after anyway. So, mine was supposed to look like a abandoned rail line, at least the narrow gauge part of it that was, refurbished.
Make your mud hens look
So
really good wobbling down the track.
yeah, yeah. And if you see the real ones, man, they really do. I remember my son looking at a video of Durango and Silverton after it's gotten out of the yard, you know, and it's heading up the mountain, and it does. It just wobbles back and forth big time.
I think Claude's training.
Oh, Dennis gonna try that spiker he made on a regular spike. I guess if you got it started, you could probably try it that way. I can't see how it would work real well, but it might. Who knows?
What if you countersunk the driving head kind of like a rivet hammer, so it hit the spike in the center?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. The way the spikes are, they're wire for one thing. They're not like a nail, and they're not very long. I'm using medium spikes. The micro spikes are real small. I got some of those, and for the laying the code 40 that I'm going to use over in the mining district. I got code 40 rail for making the mine car tracks and that kind of stuff. And code 40 was as small as I could get. So I did that, and I got the micro spikes. But man, you put the micro spikes in the spiking pliers, and they almost disappear.
You could
just have a little bit of spike sticking out of the bottom before you have to let go of it and try to push it in. And
you also always get the KD spiking gun.
No, not for what they want. They want more than what you paid for that rivet gun.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. They make those. KD's in Medford up here. That's where they make
those.
Actually, Microtrains is a spinoff of KD. One brother went to run KD, and the other one went to run Microtrains.
Not bad. I haven't run my narrow gauge a lot. I ran them some, testing some of the track, but the only track I've got down continuous right now is the standard gauge. Of course, part of that's dual gauge, and that can run. I can put a train on that, and it'll run, with the automatic reversing loops I've got and switches on each of those. I can set it on there and just let it go. And the standard gauge stuff will run just fine. The narrow gauge stuff runs good for what I've got laid so far. So we'll see. I'm sure that over the years there'll be tweaking that has to be done here and there, but that's kind of to be expected. I don't care how good you do it. Temperature changes and age and shrinking of the wood and all that kind of stuff will change stuff. So, you just do it how you do it.
I'm looking forward to seeing locomotives spin around on your turntable. That's going to look
neat. Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, I'm not sure what Bernard's talking about. When UP was redoing the line by the power plant, the coach car in front of the door would almost disappear 10 miles an hour max on the Amtrak. That's code to me.
Let's see.
I'm not sure what he's talking about there, but
the power plant, the coach car in the front of the door would almost disappear. Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, Dwayne says they just need a bunch of little guys with a hammer. There you go.
Yeah.
A miniature track crew. Let them drive the spikes.
Oh,
have Steve make me a spiking tool.
Oh, sure.
I've got a spiking tool.
I'll put it on my list of stuff to do.
I've got spiking pliers.
Oh, yeah.
A magnet drive for those spikes.
Yeah, Claude says the train rocked so bad that's how it disappeared. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
We had that. I remember when we picked up the power in Richmond and we're going up through the yard to tie onto our train. Some of the track in the yard was pretty bad, And those old SD45s and the FP45s and the F45s, there's something about those units would rock so bad. You look back in the mirror and the trailing units were rocking so bad you swore they were going to hit the cars in the track next to it. I hated those things. Those things scared the crap out of me.
Rob says maintenance away elves for the small track crew there.
Little elves on the shelves.
Yeah. I can just see him now down there hitting it. It'd be like Gulliver's Travels, wouldn't
it? Yeah. Let's see. Need a build a spiking machine for custom finish. Yeah, Steve, you can do that. Maintenance elves.
Okay. Dennis wants to know, have any issues with your leading truck or the two of the 282 raising them from frog or points of your turnouts? Yeah, that's where most of the tweaking that I've had to do so far has happened. The one thing I don't like about fast tracks turnouts when you build them, they look really good, but you've got a void. A normal frog on a real railroad is cast. It's a cast piece. And so it sits there and it's got a bottom that the flanges can ride on if they need to, and instead of falling down in the gap. But if you don't have your point just right, then your wheel will tend to fall in that gap in front of the point. The problem with getting that point down too far on the frog is then it pinches off your flange way. So there's a fine line there.
Yeah.
And what I've done on a couple of them that I was having a problem with, and it was mainly my number 8 curve turnouts, was I did a couple of different ways. The first one I tried to fill it with solder. That was too hard, really too hard to do. The second one I did, the way I ended up doing it was using just wood glue and filling that gap with wood glue a little bit at a time until it got up to where I needed it to be. That kept that wheel from falling down in that gap. So
I had the same problem. It magnifies it on N scale when I was doing it, and I had the same problem. Yeah. And it was worse, and that was your suggestion, was the wood glue. And that
they may come out with something after, fast tracks may come up with a solid frog or cast frog, kind of like they're doing their crossings now. They've got a new crossing system that they're implementing, and they don't have everything, every angle and stuff out there yet, but they've got it where you've got the cast crossovers on it, and then you just add rail to each end, and which will make it much easier to do. And they look really good. But I don't know if they'll ever do that with the frogs. It would be really nice if they did, but don't know if they would. Hey, Jerry's here. Good morning, Jerry.
At least we know where Jerry is. He's at the Streetcar Museum.
Yeah. Jerry, our contest today is to guess how many rivets are on Steve's tender. And toward the end of the show, we're going to take everybody's guess, and then the closest one to guessing how many are on his tender will win two choices from the Teespring store.
Or Gus, whichever you want.
Or Gus, yeah, you can have Gus. Streetcar Museum today. Well, that's kind of cool. Do they still have any? I mean, in Baltimore, I've never been to Baltimore, or not where I've stopped. We drove through one time. Does anybody from that area know if they've got any streetcars there? They still use any streetcars? I know some cities have tried to bring them back in some of their downtown areas that they're trying to refurbish. Of course, I've been on the ones in San Francisco, but they've.
Hey, Claude.
Yeah.
Jerry says he's going to have to go back to work soon. Let him guess. So let Jerry throw out a number. That way he can be part of the contest and he won't have to hang around.
Okay. Yeah.
Just
Shoot us your guess.
just
Between 1 and 1,000.
just Jerry. Yeah, and I agree, Steve. Gassy Gus is not gassy. Otherwise, I would die. 272.
Two. Okay. I'm gonna have to write this down.
Okay.
So. Okay.
Yeah, Gus is known as Gassy Gus at the hardware store.
272. Okay. All righty. Yeah, Jerry, enjoy the museum. We'll catch you later. Dennis says he's going to keep that in mind. So far, the only fast tracks turnout I've run as a loco through is my dual gauge. And the dual gauge, I didn't notice it as much on the dual gauges. Mine were mainly on the curved and the number 8s, which were the longest one I have anyway. So everything else I've got's a 6. And the 6s aren't as bad. The straight 6s aren't as bad, but the curve turnout, for some reason, it's a long way between the guardrail and the point of the frog. And those little bitty wheels like to fall down in there.
Good morning, Dan.
So it's just a matter of building up underneath there so that the flange can ride on something.
Hey, Claude, Dan threw out a number 2. Don't throw out numbers yet.
Nope, don't throw numbers out yet, guys.
Unless you have to leave.
Yeah, if you have to leave, you can give us a number, but let us know you got to leave. And then I'll kick you out. Oh, no. Kick you out.
I'll have to put on a timeout.
Good morning, Dave. Glad you can make it. Anyway, we're actually talking about what do you want for Christmas? What have you asked Santa for Christmas?
My 2 front teeth.
Dennis wants to know, do I use a dedicated 6-point tool or a dual gauge point tool? I think mine's a little wonky. I'm using the 6-point dual gauge, not 6-point, the number 6 point tool for the dual gauge is what I used for mine. And I build my number 6 turnouts on that. And I build my number 6 Ys on my 3-way. I've got a 3-way jig that I can build a number 6 Y on, which is nice. So with the little imagination, you can use those for multiple styles of turnouts.
Yeah, Bernard says if he was younger, he'd have a ride-on like I do. He's got the property, but not the years left. I've got the property. I don't have the money. I got 3 acres, and boy, I can make a killer railroad here, but not at $3 a foot.
Well, Dennis, you'll just what'll happen on that? He says his are a little off on one side. You'll figure out a way. Now, see on the number 8s, I took a suggestion from Don over at the Nearly Historical Railroad. On some of his curve turnouts, he was having a problem with the engines wanting to pick the point, and used a guardrail ahead of the point on the inside rail of the turnout, ahead of the points. And it baffled me because I couldn't figure out why that would make a difference. But I put one on one I was having trouble with, and no kidding, it really worked. It kept it from picking the point. So, there you go. There's all kinds of different tweaks, I guess, you can try and see if you can't get stuff to work. I file some stuff sometimes a little differently, that sort of thing. But I found too that the slower I go through the turnouts, the better they run. If you go through them really fast, that's when things want to happen that you don't want to happen. Roy says he wants enough money to retire on and build the biggest building ever to hold multiple scale train and car truck layouts, everything from 1 to 1 to 1 to 5,000.
You better.
Well, good luck with a 1 to 5,000. You wouldn't be able to see those.
Yeah, you better get a Jay Leno size building.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I saw? Now that you mentioned Jay Leno, I saw an interview he did with Adam Carolla on YouTube, and he has never spent any money that he made from the Tonight Show.
Really?
He put all that money in the bank, just put it in the bank.
Must be nice.
Well, I think he said something about him. He was raised to have to work for his money, work for money.
Yeah.
Work for what he got, and he didn't feel like the Tonight Show was work or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
That's pretty cool.
But he says he makes so much money off of all his other stuff, all of his, his comedy routines and stuff. And he did that the whole time he was doing the Tonight Show.
I love that. I think my favorite car he's got is the old Stanley Steamer. That's
he's got some beautiful cars, that's for sure.
Cool. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Well, we've got 13 minutes left on the show.
Ooh, with that, oh yeah. Okay, guys. Here's start giving us your guess. Now, give us one, because the one I see is what I'm going to write down, and I got to get your name down too. So
I'll be looking too.
Yeah. So start giving us your guess on the number of rivets on his tender, and whoever comes closest will win the contest. Okay. Okay, let's see. He's 318. Roy is what did he say? 324. Almar. 5.
Only one guess.
They're going too fast now for me.
Alpha
17.
I saw one.
I'm gonna take the first one I get from you.
I saw one that was really close.
Don't say anything yet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, Dwight.
I saw 15 guesses, so that's about everybody in chat.
500. Okay. Dennis.
Okay, I see the winner.
This is 3. Okay, don't say anything yet. Check. I got to get everybody written down here.
That was a good guess, man.
Roy. Bernard.
You got Boy at 800, Roy Eltham at 324, Rob Tman 318, Almar was 517, John Schuylkill River Valley 468, Dave BNSF was 396, Dwight Curley 500, Dennis is 387, Chuck 350, Roy 575, Bernard 348,
and
Bill
3/4.
572, Lehigh River 519, and Steve Anderson was 629. And I see the winner.
Okay, is that everybody? I think that's pretty much everybody.
That's
isn't it?
everybody.
Okay, Steve.
Okay.
First, tell us how many are actually in it.
How many? Okay.
How many rivets are in the tender?
Well, Rob T-Man, you missed it by 1. It's 319, and you guessed 318. That was a bullseye.
All righty. That's our winner.
Very good.
Congratulations, Rob. I love Bernard's guess the best, though. 348 3/4.
Yeah.
Bernard, I bet he had a bunch of those in there that he cussed at, and he had to tear them out.
How many did I have to grind out and remove?
That's what I mean. There's got to be a 3/4 one in there somewhere.
I spent more time taking out the few that buggered up than it took me to rivet the whole tank. Those are not easy to get out.
Roy, Container Man says 319 ain't symmetrical.
No. Yeah, I know.
Neither is Steve.
No, that's because the baffle is an odd number. The baffle plate in the middle is an odd. No, actually, they are the same number on both sides, but the with the back and the baffle and the curved part in the front makes it an odd number.
Yeah. Okay.
How
Rob,
many do I have to remove from my hand?
Rob, there's my email. Send me your choice, and like I say, the link to the Teespring store is in the description. Pick you out a couple of different things you want there.
Hi. Nice puppy.
Make sure you give me a size and what you want, and send that to me in an email, and I will get back with you, and we'll finalize all that, and then I'll get it sent out to you. So congratulations, and thanks guys for showing up for the show. And
it's got to be pretty close to like 100th episode because we did 2 years. Yeah.
We haven't skipped very many weeks.
Yeah.
I know we've skipped some here and there where we've either had technical difficulties or somebody was sick or holidays or whatnot. Yeah. But we've pretty much done it every week, so it should be close to 100 by now.
It's been fun.
Well, sometimes.
Oh, we always have fun.
Oh.
We always have fun. We're out here probably at least an hour before the show, just bull crapping.
Oh yeah. Steve always wakes me up in the morning.
I know, I'm his wake up call.
Although I was up this morning, I was already up drinking coffee and sitting there waiting for you to.
Oh, you were
waiting me.
You were waiting for me? I was early this morning too.
Yeah, I was waiting on you.
Hey, good morning, James. James Galton, you're late.
Bernard, wow, another year with some of my best of the best friends.
Aww.
Agreed, Bernard. I have to agree. I've had a lot of fun doing this show. And like I say, just talking and stuff with everybody in chat.
Yeah,
it's been a lot of fun.
Even if nobody else does, we have fun. Oh my God.
Yep. Dwight. Yeah, and we were always here. We all should get something.
Yeah, we pretty
much. Well,
much.
we can give you some advice. I can do that.
Yeah, we got the regulars that pop in pretty much every week, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And we really,
and
it's like a little group, group, and that it's kind of nice. We'd have this much fun if it was just a couple of people.
Okay. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great group of people, Al. I agree. It's been a lot of fun on here, and everybody's pretty entertaining. So it's, and we don't have to have a subject even for the day.
That's what we need to get you all to Train Mountain next summer. Everybody.
Oh yeah, everybody come to Train Mountain next summer. It's on a Tuesday, so it'll be easy to do.
Save your nickels and dimes and come to Train Mountain.
Yeah, that's in March.
No.
Let's see.
It's in June.
That's true. In June. Look at me. I can't even remember when it is.
I think it's June 29th.
So 20, I think it's the 28th.
28th, 29th.
I didn't put the link in there this time. Hang on here. I'll pull up the.
TrainMountain.org. TrainMTN.org is the website for Train Mountain.
Get the silly thing here. It's coming.
James Galton says.
Okay. Yeah, it's the 28th of June. Next year.
Yeah.
Is when I'll be there. Steve will be there the weekend before that.
Yeah, for the
triennial. I guess you're still planning on being there for the triennial?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
So he'll be up there. Yeah, the triennial's that weekend before.
it's the whole
So
week.
good luck getting a room around there.
It's the whole week before we're up.
Oh, the whole week before.
So there are always people up there afterwards because they travel from all over the. Well, I don't know about this time weather all over the world, but normally, yeah, they get them from Australia, England, all kinds of stuff. It was supposed.
I'm wondering how tough. I'm wondering how many people like from Australia are going to have
Well,
tough time getting up there.
Yeah, it was supposed to be last year, but it was canceled because of the showstopper. So they had to postpone it by a year. But still, I don't. There's going to be a lot of people that still aren't going to make it.
No, well, just shipping their stuff over.
Yeah.
If you've got a loco the size of what you've got there, which is fairly small, and you've got to ship that over, if you ship it in a shipping container kind of situation, are you even going to be able to get it here?
Yeah, and even under normal circumstances, it took them about a month, ahead of time to get it over here. I mean, hell, I can't even imagine having to go through all that effort to do that. And I'm only 2 hours away, so I'm like, I'm blessed.
Oh, that's dedicated, to ship your engine stuff over, halfway across the globe to get there.
Right.
But I know there's guys that do it.
Yeah, Chuck, you need to make it because Tim will be there with his, and I've got another guy, Fred Lisenby. He'll be there with his Legends Pacific. So the three of us will be all triple heading and stuff. Normally I was the gasser. Now I'm going to be a steam guy. So I play with the big boys.
Yeah.
They let me in the club.
Oh yes. Okay.
Look at Tim Park's video. I don't know if we can get a link up on that, but
here I can put that up right
Tim's
quick.
firing on the Oregon Coast Scenic, and he put out a 30-minute cab ride video. He put a GoPro on his hat while he's firing that thing, and it's actually a pretty good video. I won't tell him that. You guys can. I can't tell him that because he, But
there's the. Oh, come on, go. Yeah, I put the link up, but it's not wanting to go.
Yeah, he said next summer he's going to bring his drone up there too and fly the drone along.
There it is.
Because he's got a kick-ass drone, man. That thing is slick.
That looks like that's the whole link. So
yeah. Now go
anyway.
Watch the video. Make a comment and say you're from Back on Track. I'm curious. Tim will. he might like that little present from the Back on Track guys.
Yeah, I agree, Dave. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but yeah, I agree with you on that. But yeah, I can't imagine guys having to ship stuff over. That's probably not going to happen, just because of the shipping problems that are going on right now. So, I can't even get my whiskey that I like. All the liquor stores in this area are out of it.
Oh man,
it's got to be a problem that they had at the factory though, because there's other whiskeys there, lots of other whiskeys there, but not the one I like. So anyway, I got a feeling it's a problem at the factory.
Wow, we went another hour, just blew by.
Oh, I know, always does. And guys, thanks for hanging with us and being around for 2 years. And we'll continue on until everybody quits showing up, I guess.
And then we'll still show up.
Or we can't get on.
Yeah.
So, one of these days we'll get Shannon back on here.
Or the wives won't let us do it anymore. One of the two.
Yeah, that could be too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, good to see everybody. Yeah. Everybody have a Merry Christmas and a safe holiday and enjoy the family.
And congratulations, Rob. Good guess.
Yeah, congratulations, Rob. Yeah, send me that email and we'll get you squared away on that. And hope everybody gets what they asked for Christmas.
There you go.
And we will see you next time.
Later, guys. Thanks for hanging.
Bye.